Hello, friends. I am John Laspina. I am your carnivore teacher. Let's talk alcohol. I know so many people who love alcohol, who love a beer, who love a drink. Vodka, gin, rum, brandy, whiskey. I get it. But I don't get it because I never liked alcohol. All my life, I never liked the taste. I remember being a kid, and in our Italian family, we always had at birthday parties or whatever, the Italian rum cake. It had all the nuts on the outside. And I used to go to these parties, and I remember them slicing into it, and you'd see the layer of chocolate and the layer of vanilla, and it was all laced with a lot of rum. And I hated that flavor. It ruined it for me. And ever since then, I never liked that icky chemical taste in my mouth. To this day, I don't like the taste of alcohol. But that's just me. So many of my friends and family love drinking. They have alcohol with celebrations. They have it for dinner, glass of wine, red or white wine. They enjoy alcohol. Let's talk alcohol a little bit on a ketogenic, ketovore, or a carnivore way of eating. Can we drink some alcohol? And the answer is yes. You can have some alcohol. But let's talk about what alcohol is. If you take a grape and you squeeze the juice out of the grape and you let it sit in a barrel and you let it ferment, the sugar in the grape starts to break down and it ferments and it becomes an alcohol. And there's your wine. If you take grain, all parts of the grain, the hops, and you can make beer in a similar way. They actually add sugar. If you've ever made beer, I have friends that make beer. They add sugar and everything to start the fermentation process, and otherwise it goes really slow. And they ferment grain and make beer. They make grain alcohol. You can take certain plants and certain vegetables and ferment them. The starch and the sugar ferments into alcohol. Now, when we drink this, our body slows down. Alcohol is a depressant. So our brain waves slow down, our heart rate slows down, our breathing slows down. And we like that feeling because it makes us feel like we're taking a break from our life. We're taking a break from the world. When we drink alcohol, we feel relaxed. All our muscles are relaxed. If you drink a little too much alcohol, you can go like this and you won't feel it. You get a little numb. You actually don't feel pain, but you do feel happy. So, of course, people like drinking. And there's a line where you drink a little too much and it's not very good for you. And people get drunk. They get behind the wheel and they kill people. They do irrational, irresponsible things because their body is in a depressed state, not emotionally, but chemically. Now, this alcohol that makes us feel so good, and I have forced alcohol. I know I told you I don't like it, but when I was in college, I made myself drink. I tried to get drunk to see what everybody was talking about. I got there. I threw up. I know what being drunk feels like. I know where that line is. I still hate it. To this day, I still don't like the taste of alcohol. And when was the last time I drank? I would say maybe 6 or 7 years ago was the last time I had a drink. Seriously. Because I don't like it. And I went keto 5 years ago. So I think I had a couple drinks 6 or 7 years ago. And don't like it, but drank it anyway. We were in public. Everybody had a martini or whatever. And I would drink it and I would get that feeling. And I did like that feeling. I did. And then I got a headache. Every time I drink alcohol, I get a headache. So it certainly is not for me. Live and learn. Trial and error. But for those of us who don't get a headache and like it, they want to know, can I drink alcohol in a keto, ketovore, carnivore way of eating? And alcohol is a toxin. It has to convert into acetaldehyde. acetaldehyde in the body, and the body has to flush it out through our sweat, through our breath, through our urine. A lot of it's through our breath, by the way. That's why you test positive when you breathe, when breathalyzer test. Whether it's wine or beer or whiskey or gin or vodka, or name the alcohol, brandy, whatever, it's all turns into acetaldehyde. That's a toxin, it's a poison, and the liver has to process that poison. In priority, number one priority, take care of the alcohol. Now, the liver has to do 199 other jobs. It's a very important organ. It does a lot of work for you, and it will prioritize processing the acetaldehyde from the alcohol first. And that means it's not paying attention to the de novo lipogenesis. It's not paying attention to the gluconeogenesis. It's not paying attention to making cholesterol. It's not paying attention to making vitamin D. It's not paying attention to making your bile and all the enormous amounts of other jobs that I'm not going to go into. I only named a few. That bandwidth ability to take care of you is being taxed because it must take care of that alcohol first. Otherwise, you'll die. You will die of alcohol poisoning if your liver doesn't get that alcohol processed and out of your body. People have died of too much alcohol poisoning because the liver couldn't handle the amount that the person drank. You've heard of those stories. Can you have some? How much is some? Can you moderate? Are you an alcoholic? Can you not stop yourself? Number one, it's pure poison. There's not a single positive nutritional benefit to drinking alcohol. I'm sorry, you don't want to hear this, but it's true. Okay, so you still want to drink. How much should you drink? 1 drink a week. You're like, well, wait a minute, I have 3 drinks a night. It's too much. You're taxing your liver. Your liver's going to start getting fatty. It can't handle it. It's not healthy. And you're not helping the rest of your body with all the other jobs that your liver has to work on. For me, it's easy to say don't drink because I don't like it. But even if I liked it, I wouldn't drink. I love sugar. I'm a sugar addict like an alcoholic is addicted to alcohol. I am a sugar addict. I don't touch it. I don't moderate it because I can't moderate it. I don't have a taste of anything sweet. Even if it's not sugar, I don't put it in my mouth because it turns on that switch and all I can think about is getting more and more and more until it harms me. That's the definition of an addiction. You do it even though it's bad for you and you can't stop. You lose control. That's addiction. If that's you with alcohol, then you should not have a drop for the rest of your life. I don't have a drop because I know what it is. Even though I could very easily moderate alcohol because I don't like it, I just don't do it because I know what it does to my body. It's a toxin. Why would I purposefully eat a little bit of arsenic? Why would I purposefully eat a little tiny bit of something else that is a poison, a rat poison? I know what that is. I'm not putting even a microscopic amount in my body if I know what it is. Alcohol is a toxin. I know what it is. I do not want to put it in my body. For me, it's a 1 and a 0. So you decide if you want to continue to drink beer, have martinis, have some wine at all. Or can you moderate and have 1 level drink a week? Your liver can handle that. And know that when you have that 1 drink on a Friday night and you don't have any more, God love you if that's all you can do, that you're still giving yourself a toxin. That's your decision. Free will. But just go into it with the knowledge. Go into it with the knowledge that it is a toxin. So you decide. Now let's talk about what you probably should drink if you're a carnivore, ketovore, or keto. You want the lowest sugar drinks. And that would be the clear liquors like vodka, like gin, like some of the clear rums. There's a few others that are 0 sugar, 0 carbohydrate. Don't add any mixers. Even the beer is liquid bread. So that's just no, period. But if you're going to have a drink and you want to watch your sugar, and you don't mind having a little bit of acetaldehyde once a week, do the clearest, cleanest, the higher quality alcohol. It's less bad. What's the least bad is zero alcohol. Get high on exercise. Get high eating the proper foods and feeling wonderful. Doing mindfulness, doing grounding, spending time with friends, laughing, learning a new language, learning a musical instrument. There's so many ways to feel amazing, and we don't need to really slow down and drink alcohol. But if that's what you want to do, go into it with the knowledge of what it is. If you like this content, click the thumbs up, click the share button, send it to your social media, send it to people. If you don't like this content, don't do any of that and don't watch me anymore. But facts are facts, and that's alcohol. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day and stay well.